Alright, so we're going to be discussing how to get this picture into Book Creator. The first thing I want to talk about is the size of the canvas. The canvas can be determined by these little lines right here. And so like you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can do a lot of different things. One of the things to know here though is that whatever the canvas is, that's the only thing that's going to be saved in the picture. So if I was to save this, I would only have this box here. I wouldn't have the extra stuff that's on the outside. Also, one of the things that some people struggle with here is trying to figure out how to get these lines to show up. If I have something selected that I'm working on, notice that those lines have disappeared. So what you have to do is you have to click outside of there. It could be clicked anywhere, and you can then resize it again. We want to make sure too, even if we just wanted this little section here, we want to make sure we don't save it like this, because when we do, we're going to get this extra long piece on the side. Just to give you an idea what that looks like, let's hop in my book here. Then we're going to hop to one of the last pages. And when I click on my pig here, notice that I have this extra stuff. Now, there's nothing there, but I have the extra space that's there. And so anytime I want to click on something, if I click here and I'm trying to move something else, that gets in the way. But if you look at my duck, it's all the way around that. And so we want to make sure we get our canvas set correctly. So as I come here, next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to File, and I'm going to go to Download. And we want to make sure we save our image as a PNG. If we save it as a JPEG, there's some white in the background that gets saved, and it just becomes a big pain in the neck. So we want to make sure we save it as a PNG. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, since it's already downloaded down here, I'm going to go ahead and click back on Book Creator. And I'm going to go ahead and hop on a new page. Oh, there's the fish I had before. And we're just going to go ahead and delete him so we can see how this happens. Alright, so I'm on Book Creator. I'm going to go click on this little arrow. I'm going to click Show in Folder. And all I need to do is add my fish to my picture. Now it is a little small, but I can resize it. One of the things you can't do is you cannot crop it. So you can't, what the size of picture you want is you got to change that inside of Google Drawings. If I want a wider picture, I'm going to have to save it as a wider picture. If I want a skinnier picture, I'm going to have to save it as a skinnier picture. Okay? So we're inside of here. I can resize it. Okay? And then I'm going to add some text. So similar to the one before, the page before, you probably saw it. It says something like, Johnny Fish went for a swim. Click Done. Okay? And I can move this anywhere I want to. So let's go make it centered here. And let's say I want to change something. I want to change the font or the color. And so I click over here. And notice there's nothing here about that. There's a contextual click, or so like when I click on the text box and then I click on the eye, now I can change the size of the text. I can change the color. I can change the font to whatever it is that I would desire to do here. I can even make it centered, justified, bold, and then we have the options here of making it come to the front or go to the back and adding a shadow to it. And so I just move it where I want it to. There we go. We'll make sure the picture's centered. And that's it. That's how we add our pictures to Book Creator.